What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dummy Wormy. I'm coming at you with another video, and today we are actually discussing farm folks because this is a weird situation. I did in fact record a video on farm folks. I was going to be putting out originally today. I recorded it last Thursday, was going to edit it up, put it out there. Thought it was going to be one and done. I never expected this situation to be blowing up the way it had. I didn't intend to actually make a video on this situation at all because I thought it was a dumb joke that blew up and became a nothing burger. But my lord, is this a serious situation going on? Farm Folks apologizes for asking for players' feedback on female character physics. Now, this is a dumb little thing. Okay, Farm Folks decided to come out here and ask its audience in the wake of Stellar Blade, what type of jiggle physics do you want? And they had a little video showing different styles of jiggle physics on their female players. And then they do a dumb joke. Does anyone want to see what 150% looks like? Dumb joke. That's all it is. But it led to a myriad of hate comments, some of which come from black girl gamers. Oh, I gotta love it. We got all sorts of people coming out here saying that this was a travesty, that it was awful to do. You're sexist and misogynist for talking about this. So they put out an apology tweet, an apology letter. They bent the knee to these people and they said, I'm sorry for doing this. I'm sorry for doing this dumb little joke that didn't really wasn't much, but you bent the knee to the mob. Well, after this, the creator and CEO of this company that actually puts out Farm Folks did an interview with Kotaku. And a lot of people saw that he did this interview through That Park Place. And when you read what That Park Place points out and some of the things that was said by the actual CEO, it heavily implies that he doesn't care that they bent the knee. He is fine with bending the knee. He just wanted to have everybody have their representation and everything like that. And on top of that, if you care about the boobs and the jiggle physics, you're just an incel and you should go out and date a real woman and enter the world. These were heavily implied throughout the actual article that came out. And when you go through some of these quotes, it heavily implies that he thinks if you have a problem with him bending the knee, you're just an incel. You're an incel outright because you come down here. Despite Farm Folks sexualizing the jiggle physics, Kalusha then attacked gamers. You have to be a very poor person to kind of sexualize this. Like, the internet is full of sex right now. There's some crazy things that you can find if you're having problems with our characters, like look for help, he continued. Maybe go on a date with a woman or something like that, because this is not our goal. We don't want to attract people that are attracted to only these body parts. I mean, everybody loves boobs, but I had a whole video planned, you know, chastising this guy, because he also talked about how he didn't want to get into the culture war. He never wants to be a part of the culture war. He doesn't like being in all this. Sorry, dude, you're in it by just apologizing. But we had something really interesting come out through all this. Farm Folks CEO claims Kotaku's Alyssa Mercante intentionally misrepresented his comments, and he did not imply to describe gamers as incels. Now, when you go through some of this, and these are just some of his tweets, it is very apparent that he is honestly annoyed with this situation, because you come to this one from Hat Glasses at Farm Folks. Low Info CEO implies that gamers who won't cave to the censorship mob, cancel pigs, and corrupt journos are incels. Mercante played him and now is dragging him for the sucker he is on her handle. Hi, this is not what I implied, and it's misrepresented here. I meant that if you're against natural breast movement, this statement applies to you. We don't want exaggeration, and at the same time, we would love to have natural, elegant motion in our characters' bodies. Simple enough. You're seeing this. He's like responding to everybody like, these weren't my comments. My comments was actually directed towards the people who have issues with natural body motion in our game, not towards the people who appreciate it. I think it was intentionally misrepresented. Come out here. Why didn't you say this instead of telling people look for help and to date women? It might be because of the limited English vocabulary And I thought I expressed myself clearly. I feel like it's misrepresented intentionally. And it kind of is. It actually really is misrepresented intentionally because come over here, Kotaku's Alyssa Mercanti gloats after being accused of intentionally misrepresenting FarmFlo's CEO comments about gamers. She doesn't just gloat about it because you come over here and I have this first bit. She's not just gloating, she's proud of it and she's mocking Alex for everything that happened here. I said this to him during our interview, but the FarmFolk CEO attempts to not be political are very naive in the current climate. His replies are very telling. You got pulled into a culture war because you don't have a CM who knew that titty physics wasn't the move, chief. Then you apologized. Then the titty physic gooners got mad that you apologized. And then I interviewed you. Them's the breaks. What happened was you might have interviewed him, but you misrepresented everything. People were laughing at him and pointing out that, hey, you shouldn't have apologized to these people because these people aren't going to play your game and they don't care about you. And your real fans are probably going to be annoyed. After reading some of his other comments, I actually get what he's saying here, but you come here. Hi, Alyssa. You've been using me as a tool against your nemesis, and I'm not sure if it was intentional or accidental. You misrepresented a few of my points in our dialogue. You agreed that it's all cool to have women breast movement in games. You reached out me to clarify yourself and then refused to share it with your readers on X. And yeah, you can see that this is Discord information. This is full Discord back and forth. It is really insane. Hi, Alex. I noticed you have been replying to people saying I intentionally misrepresented one of your quotes. What do you mean to say? I recorded our entire conversation and went over it with transcript. Hi, Alyssa. Strongly believe that this sentence was taken out of context to support specific narrative and goal. I believe it's a part of a larger context where you and I agreed that having breast physics in the game is acceptable. The quote that you shared was my response to people that are offended by the breast movement in the game. I'm clarifying what I meant since it seems it was taken out of a bigger context and I probably didn't choose the best words to express it. I didn't intend to hurt anyone or call names, but it's being interpreted this way. Can you be so kind and share me the recording? And as you get back and forth, she doesn't share the recording. She outright denies ever doing this and says, well, your quotes are in there. Everything's in there. It's fine, guy. But it's not in there because he keeps pointing out it's not here. You didn't put it in here. You didn't clean this up. You're making it look like I called everybody an incel. And come over to here to what she had to say. Hi, Alex. I'm not a PR person. You spoke to me for over an hour. The entire copy of the conversation was never going to be published in a piece. I maintain that your attempts to remain neutral and naive, as I told you, and I wish you luck. But that's not what he's calling you out for. He's calling you out for intentionally misrepresenting what he said. So now when you go back over to the actual That Park Place article and you see this, yeah, when I read this, I thought he was calling us all incels, but he's like, no, I've never called you guys incels. I was chastising the freaks over here who were mad that we were doing this in the first place. So you leaving out this context has hurt him and has made everything worse, and you're out here admitting, well, I'm never going to put it all in there and to begin with, but you misrepresented it, and you're not telling anybody about it, and you come over here. We already went through the first part, but here it is. I'm not a PR person, babe. Also, LMAO. She's now laughing at you for doing this. She's now using you as a fucking pawn in her game. She's right. You were naive to think that you couldn't get into this culture war. You were super naive. The moment you apologized to people was when you stepped into it. And then interviewing with Kotaku even pushed you further in the culture war. And she's laughing at it because she fully manipulated you into getting deeper and deeper into the culture war. I actually feel sorry about this dude. I went from this dude's a freak and needs to just be called out to full-fledged. He got manipulated, used, and abused because Alyssa Mercante is a freak. Okay, but you get here. Summing up my experience with the internet recently, the reading comprehension and overall common sense of this website is piss poor. How dare you say we piss on the poor? Yeah, yeah. And she posts the entire transcript, but she still doesn't show the part that he wanted. She is out here gloating now that she ruined this man's career, ruined everything. Her job should have been, hey, we'll do this interview, we'll talk about it, I'll put every angle in there, and we'll make it right. But no, she wanted to use this for her political agenda, her political gains, to help further push all this stuff and say, see, here's another director against all the freaks out there, all the goomers, all the grooners, all the Grums fans. He's against you guys and it doesn't want any of your comments. Oh my God. But he is furious with what you did to him, and he's calling you out for what you did to him. This is sickening. This is an example of Alyssa Mercante, a game journalist, manipulating somebody to get a story that wasn't accurate. We've been seeing them do this multiple times since the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff happened, but this is just more condemnation of Alyssa Mercante and the reason you don't do interviews with these people. They will take your words, they will misrepresent it, they will leave context out just to push their own agenda. I truly feel sorry for Alex here. We probably disagree on a lot of stuff, but seeing this happen, seeing this situation play out the way it is, and seeing what, honestly, again, it seemed like a dumb joke. Seriously, a dumb joke. That's why I didn't make a video on it from the beginning. Become this whole culture war thing because he got manipulated into it all is honestly sad to see. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me get your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live, guys. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.